Critical Blast, where pop culture gets blasted.
There's Back to the Future.
Oh, I know, there's the DeLorean. Here's the train that blows the smoke.
I'm Dale Wyatt. I'm from Lebanon, Illinois, between Lebanon and O'Fallon. Our club here has got members from all over the St. Louis area, out to Washington, Missouri, and to the east we got to Nashville, Illinois. We got one member from Chicago and some from Southern Illinois.
And you're with the Gateway Garden Railroad Club, Inc. So what side, do you do all sizes of railroads, or you focus on one?
Oh, we're strictly G scale, which is what they put out in the garden.
And this is G scale here.
Yeah. Those are eight liners on that train. This is a Bachman engine here. These loads I made myself. I bought toys and put them on flat cars.
So this looks to me like years of effort.
This is about 15 years worth of collecting for me.
And
I usually spend $300, $400, $500 a year on it.
that's a healthy amount.
Yep.
So it looks like you've got these mounted on platforms where you can easily move them. I mean, how long does it take to set something up when you come to a show like this, even with the
These
mounting?
are all 4-foot modules, and we can set the modules up in about 2 hours. It takes about 4 hours to get the scenery on them, decorated and running. In 2 hours we could run a train, but it wouldn't look like anything.
Yeah, that you want to build.
Yeah.
Now, how much of this is purchased material, and how much of it is stuff that you've built yourself, if any of it?
Oh, probably about half and half. Some of the members build a lot themselves. Kurt built this here station from scratch, our engine house. That's Kurt Eggers. He's from out in St. Charles area. And the next module up there was the meatpacking house, Armor. That's Bob Keeler's. These are all 4-foot modules, and members buy them. Some own 1 or 2, some own 4.
Let's get a shot of that Armor company here.
We keep all the modules in a trailer. We got a corner hole to keep the modules in. And a lot of people take their decorations home that they put on the modules in.
Oh, I love this bridge here too. Now,
The bridge and the mount stays in the trailer.
I would imagine we have to.
The club owns those 2 modules.
When I see a bridge like this on a model train set, you ever remember watching The Addams Family?
Yep.
You know what you do with a model railroad bridge, right?
Yeah, it'd be something to blow up.
All right, well, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you.
That's too funny. That is too funny. I love it. Let's walk around the whole display.
We're here at the Great Train Show in Belleville with Roy Grote. And Roy, you produce something unique that is more than just trains and tracks here, right?
Well, myself and Jim Tyrock here. Jim has actually been really important in creating Nostalgia Rail, and we have brought to life some productions of right now George Redmond's footage, compiling this together, creating several volumes, and we've also now created St. Louis Rails, which is footage compiled from within our city limits here. And we have it in, that's our first high definition release.
Yeah.
So this is a set of DVDs. How many DVDs do you have in this set here?
Right now we have 5 total releases, 4 of which are from Mr. George Redmond. They were shot between 1985 and right now, the title says 1999, but the newest footage is like 1995 right now. And then the 5th one is St. Louis Rails. There's an error on this cover, but this is our first high definition release. It was shot in 2017, and he was able to max out the gigabytes on the Blu-ray disc, so the picture will really pop out.
Now, how do you go about shooting something like this? I mean, do you need to know the schedule? You need to know when to be somewhere to get a shot?
There are no schedules for trains, unless for
The
Amtrak.
trains don't run on time.
Amtrak never runs on time, it seems like.
Yeah, that would be nice.
But there's no set times for trains. Some days it can be real busy. You'll catch like 5 or 6 trains in an hour. Sometimes it'll be 7 or 8 hours before a train comes by.
So you just kind of sit there and kind of like trying to do wildlife photography, but you're
Right,
wild train photography.
pretty much. I've never heard it put it like that before.
Okay, so why? Why do you do that?
It's just something that we enjoy doing. I mean, I've been to trains all my life. I think Roy's been the same way. And
I mean, when I was a little kid, back in my hometown, our local short line, the Bay Line, I was 7, 8 years old, and I'd sit and wait for the train to come because I just loved to see it. Lots of people love to watch the train. This is an opportunity for them to see footage that you don't typically get to see of things that go way back. It goes back 30, 40 years. Things that are just not around anymore. And you can see this.
So when you're out there shooting something like this, do you ever have moments where a train's coming by and all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, there's this car?
Absolutely,
Yes.
and there are locomotives. Various railroads have heritage units. There are different types of cars, different types of lash-ups that, like, whoa! I can't believe I've seen that. That's so really amazing to see, and it gets pretty exciting, especially if you love trains. Then I have yet to see a railroad buff that did not love to watch a train.
And for me, it's more like it's a way to get away and just relax.
Kind of like fishing.
Yeah.
You're gonna go training.
Yeah, for the most part, yes.
So
Now
where would
this
people?
this is something that you wouldn't see anymore. Second locomotive is Missouri Pacific with the double eagle. There's an eagle right there and an eagle on the cab. And then livestock cars. Livestock cars were taken out of service, mainstream in the late 50s, early 60s when trucking came around. But Union Pacific was running them from Nebraska out to California as late as 1995. So that's something that you wouldn't see today.
All right.
That's why we are putting these videos together, because a lot of stuff on here you won't see anymore. And this is another clip, I believe.
Is it okay if I'm showing the clips?
No, go ahead. This is a Union Pacific road railer train. They're actual tractor trailers that are put on railroad wheels. The railroad wheels are removable.
Oh, like cargo containers. Just
Yes. You see how
the whole intermodal thing.
you see how the wheels are right there?
Yeah.
The railroad wheels are removable. You can still see them, but Union Pacific ran theirs for only a year.
When I was a kid, I used to see pickup trucks with the railroad wheels on them going down in town.
You still see them.
I never see that anymore, but that's something. So where do people go if they're watching across the country when they're seeing this video? Where do they go to find these videos at?
Well, right now, we're just getting started. We're like 3 months old. We have purchased a domain right now, but we don't have a hosting yet, but we're going to
The
get that
website
up.
is scheduled to be up by November, but in the meantime, there are 2 websites you can order.
Yes, you can order through our Facebook page, which is Nostalgia Rail, all one word.
Nostalgia Rail.
And then there's a website called trainvideodepot.com.
Okay.
Now, right now, you only find the first 2 volumes, a potpourri of railroad action and Burlington Northern C30-7s. You'll only find those right now because the other 3, Short Lines and Short Stories, Santa Fe and Fort Madison, and St. Louis Rails, they were just released to the public yesterday.
So these are absolutely brand new as of today.
Yes.
All right, so if people are truly into trains and you want to sit down and you can't get out of the big city and you want to watch some Midwestern flyover country train action, go to these websites, go to the Facebook page and pick these videos up. Gentlemen, thank you very much for talking with us. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Have a good day at the train show.
Happy rails.
Yeah.
Hager. Bill's Club is here. Bill, tell us a little bit about your club and what you guys do here.
Well, basically what this is one of our traveling layouts. We've got at least 3 of them that we take to various train shows and other events. The idea is to get these out running with the public. Our actual home layout is located down at the corner of Minnesota and Tesson Street down in the Patch neighborhood of the city of St. Louis. We actually have a total of 3 layouts down there. One of the layouts is featured on the movie screen on the drive-in theater on this layout, so you can get an idea what our main layout is like. In addition to that, we have a Lionel post-war layout, which is designed to run, the older Lionel trains, and then we also have an American Fire layout as well that will run the old American Fire S-Scale and other S-Scale trains. We've been around since the 1980s. We were originally founded by Jerry Bretschneider. Mr. Bretschneider has founded Lionel clubs in multiple cities. Wherever the service sent him, because he was in the military, he would found a club. This included St. Louis, Milwaukee, Chicago, and San Francisco. And we've also been licensed to use the Lionel name. We're one of the few clubs in the country that was actually licensed by Lionel to use the name. The trains running on the layout here all belong to various members, and the idea here is to get kind of a variety of things running. If you look out here right now, you'll see quite a variety. The Wabash Bluebird is one of them. That one belongs to me personally. That's
this one coming around here.
Yeah.
That's coming through the tunnel.
Kind of unusual. The Wabash Railroad never actually owned any fold-homes. Those were very rare amongst the railroads. There were only a handful of railroads that ever had those, but you'll learn that in model railroading it doesn't always reflect reality, especially when it comes to this.
It's more for the fun and for the actual being able to do something. I understand like the third rail on the track here is for
that's
ease of use more than it is realism.
Now this other train that's got the Freedom frame on it, and the purpose that we sell those cars for, those were made specially by us, by Lionel, or by other licensed people for Lionel, and those were being sold to help raise money for our club. The most recent one we did is the Anheuser-Busch car, which is kind of unusual. You'll notice the products on it, none of them are beer.
What's this one here?
During Prohibition, that's what helped them survive Prohibition, whereas a lot of other breweries in St. Louis didn't. For example, the Lemp Brewery didn't make it through Prohibition, but AB did. Some of the other cars on there, we have the flag car, which we've done a couple of variations on. If you look over here, this one kind of honors all the branches of the service, and then this one is like a first responders car that we did.
And then this is the one we just saw.
Yeah, that you saw by. This is a special billboard we had done that honors the old Best Soda Company, which is still around, by the way, although I haven't seen bottled Best in a number of years.
Not in glass.
Some of the other cars coming by on this train, the 2 in front are 2 that we did specifically for our club. One of them is a Christmas car. The first one that has a lion on it. And it's a Christmas car. The second one is a Christmas car that we ever did. Of course, we have the flag, the Navy, the Air Force, Crystal car, which is another one that we've currently got. We've done several club cars over the years. I don't know if we're going to do any more in the near future, but I think we've done possibly as many as 20 different club cars over the years.
Now, one of the things I noticed about your layout is that I recognize some of these buildings. This is not a generic train layout village. This is like the Rock City Ted Drew's sign.
Oh, yes.
I swear I've driven past this barn somewhere.
Yeah. Well, the idea is to make it look like something you might actually see, like this stretch of layout here. Any resemblance to it in Watson Road or Chippewa Street is not a coincidence. You'll notice we have Ted Drew's. We led the coffee bar and made that at Ted Drew's. We got the Floral Port Hotel. That is actually a popular one. The original Watson did not have an office with it. The building that was used for the office is actually the Class 6 radiant station.
Belleville, or is that another McDonald's down there?
Well, that was kind of design McDonald's had all over. That was like the original franchise design. And usually people like that the original, the arches, the signs were all neon. Now, shortly thereafter, they did a modified version of that design that kept it from the early 70s, but the arches and the signs were back to plastic with the rest instead of neon. And the fun-faced figure on his name was Stewie. He was dropped in favor of Ronald McDonald. The later version of the sign, the arch champion wasn't showing the big town. One of the companies made chose that made a version of that McDonald's, and I happen to have it on the home layout, but it's a very rare building because they didn't get Ray Cox permission to do it. And it was only available for a very short time. If you can find a new one in the box, unassembled, it's worth a lot of money.
So this is like a lot of fun, and I enjoy that the layout is low because you got a lot of children around here. They can just
purpose so the kids can see it, because you notice a lot of the other layouts are up at eye level for an adult.
Yeah.
You notice a lot of the kids will hang around this layout sometimes for a half hour or more because they're just fascinated with it. It's all at their level. And I think that's some of the problem with some of the other layouts is that they can't see them as well. And so here it's at their layout, their level, they can see it, they can enjoy it. This was a nice little idea we had here with the amusement park train. One of the problems that we had was we couldn't find any city child figures to put on it. So we got all adults riding the train.
that's okay.
But that was the idea. That's rather common. A lot of people do that on their layouts. They'll get like a smaller train like that and make an amusement park train.
Oh, wow. You almost have to get more of those merry-go-rounds inside the little senior children off the hill.
Yeah. Well, given time, maybe somebody will make it, but the future of the hobby is a little bit shaky because younger people just are not as into it. And, you know, we've got Kyle over here. He's one of the few young people that's gotten interested in it. If you're not doing anything in a couple of weeks, his parents run Missouri Coin down there on Hampton at, I think it's Hampton and Holly Hills. And once a month, they've got their old store used to be across the street. They have a huge layout like this in their across the street that they run the first Sunday of every month.
Okay.
They usually advertise it on television. Let me see, the next time he'll be running his layout.
So they just run this in their store?
Across the street from it.
Okay.
The next time they are scheduled to run will be August 4th. So, you know, if you're down, that'll be down down at, I believe it's located at Hampton and I think it's Holly Hills down in South St. Louis. They're always running commercials for it on KMOX and on television.
And you're going to be at the show in Collinsville later this year?
Yeah, we usually do this show, Collinsville, St. Charles. We'll sometimes bring one of our smaller layouts. There's a small show down in Dupo. We will probably do that. We've gone to the Jewish Community Center. They have a big activity every year. We've gone to that, although I don't know if we'll be going there. I mean, if anybody's interested in having us run trains sometime, all they got to do is speak up. You know, we'd be more than willing to negotiate with them.
How do they reach out to the St. Louis Lionel Railroad Club?
Well, we do have a website. We've got our information here. I think we're also trying to get a Facebook page going. But, you know, basically we're down at the intersection of Minnesota and Tesson Street, down in what's known as the Patch neighborhood. Right, the main line of the Union Pacific runs right in front of our building. So sometimes we get real trains going by.
Yeah.
We run, usually there's somebody down there every Monday night, unless it's like Labor Day or something like that. We also run during the daytime on Wednesdays from maybe about, roughly 9 in the morning till around noon. And then we're usually down there on Friday evenings from roughly around maybe 5 o'clock until around 7 in the evening. But we're more than willing to open up if there's a special group or that, like a group of Boy Scouts or somebody like that, that would like to do something special with us, we'd be more than willing to open up for that. We've done like Scout merit badges and things like that before to help the Scouts out.
Very cool. So if anybody needs to get together and watch some trains run, just have a good time, head down to you guys' place.
Yeah.
Bill?
And if you don't have room to build your own layout, you'll join us, you can run on ours.
Excellent idea, especially if you don't have a lot of space in a house and you want to get into trains.
This stuff takes up a lot of space. Of course, this illustrates something here. You don't really have to have a whole lot of space. This layout could probably fit a lot of basements. And it doesn't take up a lot of room. And keep in mind something, the whole world doesn't look like Colorado. Some places do look like Illinois.
Yes.
I know, like my home layout, people have been critical of me because I basically have an urban layout and it's all flat. I said, well, go to Galesburg, Illinois sometimes. That's what it looks like.
You can watch your dog run away from home for 3 days.
Yeah, you know, so.
All right, well, Bill, thank you very much for talking
You're
with
welcome.
us. Really appreciate it.
All right.